Hi everyone, welcome to Living Beyond Limitations, the channel that inspires and motivates you to become all that God has created you to be and live a life of purpose. Today's episode, I have another tech person in the building in person of Peace Oghenetejiri Sajiri. This is a self-motivated person, a bright, talented computer scientist with vast knowledge of programming languages, and he has over 3 years experience in software development. Peace is also the 2022 winner of the Tech Challenge hosted by the Olu of Warri. Peace is a visually impaired person but hasn't let his visual impairment limit him from achieving success and pursuing his dreams. He's currently in Canada where he is studying computer science. Let's meet Peace Oghenetejiri Sajiri, aka Top. Hi, Peace. Welcome to
Hi,
Living
Mrs.
Beyond.
Daniela. Wow.
Yeah, welcome to Living Beyond Limitations, all the way from Canada. It's good to have you here.
Yes, so beyond. I love that. Like that word beyond is really strong.
Oh, yeah,
So
of
I'm
course.
I'm beyond the borders of my country.
Exactly. You're
Yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
a tech person. Ah,
Yes, so
yeah,
yeah.
so you're the second tech guru I'm having a conversation with. Before we go into all you do as a tech person, would you like to share with us how you became a
Okay.
visually impaired person?
Okay. So first of all, before I proceed, I'll say it's really a great honor having me in this show. Like, yeah, like to be honest, like I'm
Yeah,
honored.
my
I'm indeed
pleasure.
honored. Thank you so much. Yeah, I wasn't born blind. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
just I just observed all of a sudden when I was young. Okay, I just realized this limitation of my sight. Okay, though we're in beyond limitations right now, but now I'll talk about the limitation of my sight when I was nine. Okay. So this was back in 2008 when I was in class, where like I was in grade four, equivalent to our primary basic four, primary four, as you call it back home in elementary school. So where and I observed like, oh, like from the position I was sitting, I couldn't see from that distance anymore. And
Wow.
I felt, yeah, so it was something like it had this kind of shadowy, you have this foggy appearance ahead of me. And it was kind of, okay, what's this? Like, okay, I just thought it was something that had to do with, the weather. Okay. At times our eyes play tricks on us, yeah, usually, but so that was just my assumption at that point in time. So, okay, since I can't see from this distance, if I go forward, like front of the class, I'm always at the board, like front of the board, like the chalkboard, taking down my notes. I also observe my peers, like my classmates. Oh, Tejiri, like I said, Tejiri is my name, like because I'm from the outer state. So like, oh, Tejiri, come on, like you're obstructing us, you're obstructing the view. And getting screened out from fellow classmates or peers more like made me feel as the odd one amongst these individuals or these students. So it was something that was challenging for me though, like back in 2008. That was after my 90th birthday. Because and me, I was like scared of all this surgery, or like all this, going to talk about operations and the likes.
Mm.
So so that's why I never like told my parents. Okay. So I told my
Yeah.
uncle though, okay. He told me, he said, oh, do you want the eye of a goat? I'm like, okay, okay. Okay. So because definitely I'm this kind of person who wasn't serious when I was little. Like I play around. So anything I say, like I could be joking, but I'm on serious. So since then, like, okay, when I heard that, okay, I said, okay, let me just keep this to myself. Not knowing that maybe one day they will come for you. So
Mm.
2008 was when the stuff happened. When that was when life happened to me. That
Mm.
happened. Yeah.
Okay. So you said 2008, that was
Yeah,
where life
I was
happened to you.
yeah.
As in, you became a visually impaired person
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
year 2008.
Okay. And
So,
yeah, so I was diagnosed with cataract detachment.
or cataract detachment.
Yeah.
So, you were 9 years old then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was nine. I was just nine.
Okay. So, what was the experience like for you being a young person at age 9? Was it a difficult experience for you? Did you really know what blindness was at that age? Or was it just like, oh, well, 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 life goes on?
I won't just say it was like I was affected only. I was only affected by the situation on ground. Okay, this
Yeah.
goes with that said. My family were also like they were over devastated. Okay,
Mm,
by this situation. Like my mom wasn't herself anymore. Seeing our first child become
mm,
blind. Okay, so we're just going from here. So it was something that was, well, I say traumatic for the whole family. Okay, not just
mm,
myself. Okay, then I was still
mm.
little. Okay, yes, I know what blindness is. I watch a lot of
Okay.
movies. I see person moving with white cane or see them on the street and like either begging for alms and the likes. Okay, so I know what it was. Okay, but getting to experience it was a whole new stage for me. What kept me back then was I had this faith. Okay, like, oh, I would see, because yeah, I'm from a Christian family though. So I would
Yeah.
see one day. I would see one day. That was at that age of 9. Okay. But it was already getting so much like so serious, like or like realistic, like, oh guy, be like say
This side, not the comeback. Oh,
you like say
reality dawned on you. Oh my God.
so yeah, because when it dawned on me, really, to be honest, was I was at church. We had this preparation for, yeah, there are a lot of things that contributed though. Okay, going out, not able to participate the same way like my peers were doing, like going swimming, because then I love swimming pools, so go to hotels or this children's park back in Warri. So the thing is, because of my blindness, I like the hotel Oghenetejiri. I don't like hotel. I'm sorry, I don't think you'll be able to go into the swimming pool. Okay, and
Mm.
it was really painful though, to be honest. Like
Oh,
this
I
was what
can
like I could do.
imagine.
Like I could do. Like what does this side have to do? Also, like as I was saying, so I was at church this particular day when it really dawned on me. Okay, so the point was, so we're supposed to have a church anniversary. Okay, where we're like to um I was participate as a part of the parade, like March Pass. Okay, so I rehearsed, like I did my rehearsal because yeah, I could still say a little bit, right? No, I didn't just go blind totally. Okay,
Okay.
it was just deteriorating.
Oh, kind of
So
like
yeah,
mine. Yeah.
on a geometric rate. Yeah, let me just put it that way. So so rehearsing with my peers, like for the parade, like I got to know like okay, I was included. But when it was the final day, I was dismissed.
Hmm.
Okay. So I felt heartbroken. Yeah, I was seated alone, okay, secluded in a place. Okay. I kind of, is it slouched or let me just put like I bent my head, like put my head on my knees, like folded my arms, and tears started dropping from my eyes. Like I thought,
Oh,
come on. When I saw them, like when they were calling the participant, when they were doing the march pass, they're like the march
yeah.
parade, when they were playing the drums, like those goosebumps, like, oh wow, I'm supposed to be part of these guys. Like this was what I
Hmm.
rehearsed for. All of a sudden, because of this, tears started dropping. I don't
Hmm.
know that my cousin was like observing me from afar, like, oh, like she came to me after, like, Tejiri, I observed you were crying. Like, Yeah. I was touched that day, to be honest. Like, so that was when it really
Hmm.
dawned on me, oh my guy, you need to step up your game right now because
Hmm.
things are changing. Like, yeah, you're no more Tijiri peace or no surgery. So so now you have to be Oghenetejiri peace or no surgery extra. So yeah, so that was just it though. Like, yeah, it was really difficult for me. It was really a terrible part. Like, yeah, getting dismissed by a lot of persons, not believing that, oh, you could do this like as you used to be as a kid. So yeah, that was the period for me.
No, I can imagine that would have been very devastating. Okay,
Mhm.
so you said something. You said you knew what blindness was.
Yeah.
And what you mentioned was like you used to see people with their cane, people
Yeah.
begging for arms. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when people think about visually impaired people,
Yeah.
and you're part of them, or back then you
Come on, I
relate them.
was like, I was
Yeah,
like,
you
yeah,
relate them with people
exactly. I
and
was
that
like,
beg arms on the streets and all.
ah,
So at the point that it now dawned on you that you're now one of them, you got dismissed a lot as a child growing up with an
mhm,
impairment. So how did
mhm.
you now feel? Did you now begin to perceive yourself as one of those people on the streets?
Is this part I'll use this saying a condition I make a fish bend. So because if you can't beat them, you have to join them,
You joined
right?
them. So you joined the squad.
Yes, I joined the squad. So for me, like the like yeah, definitely my perception had to change because yes, admitting the fact that I'm blind, I felt would have been I never like, to be honest, with this kind of situation, like, you know, kids, or like for a 9-year kid, like
Mm.
they're supposed to go through like therapeutic process where they have this
Oh yeah.
therapy, like have one-on-one sessions, and yeah, just to like help counseling, just to like yeah, and I
Hmm.
never had that. Okay, so this time
Well,
around,
things like that didn't really work then in Nigeria. It's now that
that
we're
obviously like
now
that's I say like then that
coming
obviously
to
that
embrace,
exactly
yes,
no like
therapy and
no
all.
parent never
And
even
up
had
till now, a
yeah
lot of people still don't understand therapy
yeah
and all. Um,
my parents never had that
mm,
like that mindset though. Like so for me it was like I had to like say okay, I had to be a different person entirely. Okay, because ever like ever as I was little, like I love watching cartoons like space movie Ben 10 like back then like Cartoon Network, so like that's one that I usually motivate when I go to class and I can say man, I'm not filming class finish today because the kind Ben 10 episode that I want to watch today not be here. So when I watch space, when I say like oh when Ben 10 goes like into space like or Dexter Laboratory, like I've always had this mindset that oh I want to become a space astronaut, like I want to fly to
astronaut.
space, like
Mm,
okay, but now with a kid with blindness, and these guys they put on all these their space suits with visors, like to just
mm.
yeah go like oxygen masks go in there, and yeah, these guys they don't use white cane in Moon or they don't use white cane in Jupiter. So, so yeah, it was something for me. Like I had to like think like okay. So I started thinking of okay, what can I do? Like I was on serious, but this time around I started becoming serious, thinking okay,
Mm,
what can I do? Like I don't want to end up like these persons. Okay, so I started understanding that okay, that blind persons were
mm.
not those persons ending up on the street.
Oh yeah.
They were also human beings, okay, or they are out
Mm,
there. They were looking because then I'm speaking as in past tense, like my perception towards them back, like me being like them now, started understanding them, and yeah, luckily for me, like I I don't know, like I still feel lucky every day. Like my friends still tell me up to date that peace, you came from a lucky family.
mm,
My family was behind me all through, like up to this day. Like I can't just imagine, like not just my mom, my
mm.
my like my mom's side, like my aunties, like and my uncles over there, like they were really, really,
Oh,
really
wow.
and with their husbands, like they were cool, like helpful all
Mm,
through my life. Like they took me part
mm,
of like a human, but like anywhere they want to go, like yeah, they take me along. Okay, they make me
mm.
participate. So that was really what made me like, okay, I feel that I could take I could take a different turn, with this condition or this disability.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
having the right support system,
Yeah.
you had the right people around you. And like you said, that's one thing that has kept you going in life. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you said your mom was devastated, you being the first child and all. And
Yeah.
because
So,
there
just
was
some.
no thaerapi then.
Yeah.
So I'm just like you're a Christian, right? What was the
Yeah.
solution for them at that point? Was it like they
For them, thank for using
rushed
them
to
for them.
church?
Not the usuals. Like you go from one, like
We all have
I
been
said,
through that, yeah?
there's still something like there's still something like my aunt. I won't say she uses to tease me, but kind of praise me. Said like, "Wow, did you at your age, 9 years, you started doing 40 days and 40 nights fasting and prayer? Come on!" So yeah, so I went from church to church. Like my my mother made sure that we're going to different church, like believing in miracles, okay, which was expected, right? Even myself, like I was already like, come on, yeah, so this miracle, I don't know,
He must
I don't know what
show.
you do, like, so you must show up. Yeah, we went out to um travel down to Benin City, that was at Edo State. So for a church program where I went to have fasting and prayer done,
Hmm.
like 40 days and 40 nights as a kid. So it was something that I
Wow.
was like going from 6 to 6, and every weekend I was doing like dry fasting. Okay, believing
Wow.
that,
At that
okay,
little age.
okay, exactly. So it was like, so it was something that I was like, I had to believe, okay, going to like prayers and everything. Yeah, it was something for me, like it was a new experience, okay? Instead of going
Hmm.
to school now, I'm not going to church. So
Hmm.
I was a pastor, I was an intern pastor at that point. So
Okay.
that was it.
Wow. Going
So
to church, dry
I think
fasting.
I was think that was the therapeutic part for my mom, though, to be honest.
You didn't get a miracle. At what point did you accept that, okay, fine, this miracle is not coming. I have to get going in life. And for your parents to at what point did they accept that, okay, since my son can't get this miracle, he just has to go back to school and all that?
So the choice of going back to school was, I would say, from my end. So it was not just the churches we were going to, right? So we're also going to hospitals.
Hospitals, yeah.
Yeah. So it was something that was challenging though. So they referred us to I Foundation, that was at Lagos State, at Ikeja. So I went down there, I had my surgery done, and yeah, so that was when I had my first surgery done. So yeah, yes, there I could see partially though. Yeah, like they kind of restored my sight, because as I said, my sight was deteriorating
Is
at
there a
a
reason?
rapid
Yeah.
rate. They're like going geometrically. So I I kind of started seeing with my left eye, like partially, but my right eye was, guy, I said, "Oh, bros, I think I've done my part. I'm done with you." So that one stayed back. It was 50-50 to us.
He betray
So
you.
I betrayed me, or betrayed me, or the Judas.
Oh my
So,
God.
so so I like I noticed, yeah, because of me, my mom had to close her shop and left my young brother behind. Then he was still young though, so I was 9, so he was like 7. So it was a new environment for the family. Okay, so
Mm,
my mom had to be with me all through my surgery and everything. So my aunt in Lagos and the husband, my uncle, are really lovely persons. Like they started to like accommodate me. Like they said, no, do you know what? Instead of my mom, okay, seeing me like this every day and having
mm.
a spirit down, or like don't
Yeah.
think or depressed, okay, if I go take care of the rest family, be like my younger one back
Mm,
home. So and then like and made me live in Lagos. Like I started seeing kids going to school. Then that was when I
mm.
started disturbing myself. Like then, like, okay, I think it's half time I start going back to school. Is there a school for the
Um,
blind? I started
mm,
asking them. So when I went to the hospital, like they kind of suggested us to a school for the blind, which was Pacheli. So we went there, and then it's a school that was um that's run by missionaries, that the Catholic
okay.
Archdiocese. So like I had a warm welcome, so they put me through everything. When they told me that, oh, they have a lot of blind students, or sorry to use
Mm,
the word blind, some people find it offensive. Students with
mm,
visual impairments living
yeah.
in the school or attending the school as a school for the blind, that you have every regular fundamental what's it called now, subjects done by kids in classrooms, so like basic science and everything. So yeah, I had my hope was what I say, rekindled. Yeah, yeah, I had hope. So it was something that was my
Great.
choice. Like I had to make that. I want to go back to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you accepted that, oh, you're now
yeah.
a visually impaired person. I had to move on in life and you went back to
Yeah,
school.
I love the way you said I had to accept or admit I was like blind that point in time. So because for me then, like my aunt, so like, oh, you've accepted going to a school for the blind. That simply means you are admitting you are blind, because they had this kind of faith, like in believing in a miracle, right? That, oh,
Yeah.
like I'll become sighted, yeah, soon. But us going to school for the blind just significantly states otherwise. So
Mm.
yeah, but I had to like say no, like this, I had to move on. I needed to move on because yeah, because I can't just stay home doing nothing. Yeah,
So, the very first guest I had, we spoke about this thing, going for vision rehabilitation. Like, it means some people see it as, oh, you don't have faith again. But come on, it doesn't
rehabilitation.
mean that you don't have faith. You have faith, but while you
Mhm. Yeah.
wait, you have to get going in life. You don't just sit around and wait for the miracle because we really don't know when the miracle will come. God knows best. So, all right. So after that, you went to secondary school as well. And
High
that was
school life,
like
yeah,
a
King's College.
different ball
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah, it was totally, yeah, it was because getting to like work with sighted prayers, like it's been a while, okay, and I even went to a boy only school. I was single school for
Okay.
boys, King's College,
Oh, yeah.
Lagos.
Hmm.
So yeah, from my JSS1 down till SS3 first term. So yeah, it was a new turn because yeah, you get different experience from different, both from students, from teachers, like your peers as well. For me, it was a new turn around because
Hmm.
you have this kind of discrimination from
Uh,
teachers who yeah, they tend to like, they're supposed to be looking up to, okay, like, oh, supposed to be encouraging. There's not special student that did this, they can't do this thing, they can't, yeah. But I love the way I was going because I tend to like disappoint them every time. Like, oh, there were a
okay.
few people that were just really helpful, like, and thanks to my classmates who were so good, like my SEDEC counterparts, because they were really helpful. Like these guys that were so dedicated from the
Hmm.
beginning down to the end we left, because you can imagine mathematics was something that was terrible for a student, and me wanting to go into the science field, like I know I
Hmm.
needed and the tech field, I needed a math. So
Hmm.
there was this my guy, like, that was really really helpful to me, because every of my night I also dedicated for math. So he was the one putting me through math, and yeah, anything like
Okay.
was there for us. So it was, we still had some encouraging parts, and yeah, the whole experience still contributed in my life today. So yeah, that was just
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It was a crazy experience for me, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Our experiences, they shape us, they shape who we become in life. Okay, yeah. So you said you wanted to go into tech, of which you are into right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
2022, you won a tech challenge. Reason why you are currently in Canada. Would you like to share with us how that
Yeah, obviously. Sure, sure. I would
happened?
like to. Yeah,
Okay.
so story. Once upon a
Story.
once upon a time. Oh.
Time.
Funny enough, 2022 was when I just wrote my WAEC. Like, I was just done with high school.
Oh my God.
Okay. At that point, like, yeah, so I was 22 when I left high school. I said, okay, this is the time I have to start looking for a way to like further my education as a person with visual impairment. Okay, like I need to study computer science. I know it's not going to be within the country because they don't have the facilities or the accommodation I might
Mm.
require. So I need something that will like I need more like yeah, where to grow myself. So I came back to Warri, that was Delta
Worry.
State,
Mm.
to my family. So like I was like, okay, let me go visit government house and write letters and see who we want to support and every other stuff. So and also let me see if I can see any tech firm where I could intern. Okay. So
Mm.
I worked for a a tech firm unit. My cousin, one of my big cousin, like kind of referred me to them. So I told him about my experience so far, and he was perplexed, like really amazed, like I use the word perplexed or amused. So he was like, okay, keeping me posted with things. Not until like July, he sent me a link regarding a tech challenge, okay, hosted by His Royal Majesty, the Olu of the Warri Kingdom. Okay, so I got to like enroll for it, like registered, and yeah, so the stuff was okay, identify a problem in the society and
Mm.
come up with a substantiated and accurate data underpinned by the Sustainable Developmental Goals, that's the SDGs by the
Yeah.
United Nations Organization. So I came up with quality education and reduce inequality. So I was part of the few who were chosen because we were like over 600 participants. So we were
Wow.
shortlisted to like 100. So I was the only visually impaired there. Okay. And the rest, they either had a startup firm or they have a team and every other stuff. There was this project I was working on. So there was this app, an ebook reader for both sighted and blind. So it's known as the top book reader, named after me, like Oghenetejiri piece. So for Windows. So it was more like I wanted like a reader about everyone could be able to like since I'm talking about education. I said, okay, let's work on an ebook reader whereby these persons will have like to be able to have access to this whole information because a lot of people some of these ebook readers they're either not accessible or some of them the affordability is really high. And so that's what I wrote about. And yeah, I had support from my master who was perusing through my content and everything. The challenge went for about 2 weeks. The cash prize was 1 million naira. So after the whole stuff, when it was in the stage for the finalists, so we're like told that, oh, do you know what? So we're going to pick a winner. So days after that, I was like, I think after my birthday was 26, so that was when I completed 23. Okay. So and the announcement was made 29. So like, oh, I told my parent and my mom, like, say, oh, come on, I think they've already selected a winner. Yeah, like, oh, really? Yeah, maybe Shakiri person, like, oh, like, like, those kind of stuff. Like, okay, I'm not the
Mm.
one. I don't think I was the one. I don't think I'm the one. Like, I'm not hoping to like be the winner.
Yeah.
No, and my cousin kept believing in me, saying, "No, Teju, you can do this. You can do this." So all of a sudden, I just
See,
received a call, like,
you just got to believe in yourself.
yeah, yeah, like I said that. So I just got a call, an incoming call, like it was a conference call. Okay, like, oh, and I'm speaking with Oghenetejiri, please, surgery.
Mm.
So I picked the call, like, okay, I said, worry boy, like, yeah, yes, we will Oghenetejiri. Yeah, we're calling from when you are calling from. So where your mind go again? Like when you are calling from the Olu Palace, like it's officially like my brain turned 360, like
Eh.
the sleep that was coming in, like say, bros, I don't think this is the right time for me to sleep. You can sleep any other time, but this is one beam,
Hmm.
1 million beam. I say, okay, like
As in, it
so
shook you.
yeah, like
Not
it's
be
tricky,
shake
like
again. No, it shook
I mean,
you.
it's maybe this. So 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 they were like congratulating me, like, oh, congratulations, finally, you're the finalist for the Olu of Warri Tech Challenge, and we want to like congratulate you. You have to meet with the king tomorrow in the palace as Independence Day, 1st of October, because I was just 30th of September or so. So I was like, really? Like, oh, like I could like they said, oh, don't share this with anybody for now because we've not yet published
Mm.
it. So, but for now, just know you're the winner. Like, man, I was like, you know, the way your body like you feel like, oh, man, like I have to like wait, like come on, like I couldn't believe it. I said 1 million, 1 million, 2022,
I
1 million,
see.
2022, 1 million. Like I was like, oh. So yeah, so that was just how the journey started, like for me coming to Canada. So I told my family it was something that was joyous to the family, and yeah, so that was just it. As that was how it started. So I got to meet with the king. Like I went to the palace, to the royal palace. Like me, where be say
Hmm.
when I watch Disney film or Disney, like when I see
Hmm.
royalty, I was like, yeah, like it was just it was just a future, like it was a dream, right? So or when I hear back when Elizabeth
Yeah.
go to a palace or a castle, like getting to meet with the king, took pictures with him was a whole
Hmm.
different level for me, like entirely. Like
Wow.
like getting to like if I like it was crazy because everyone like calling my sister, oh, I saw Tejiri on Vanguard, I saw Tejiri on Instagram.
Hmm.
Like it was
Hmm.
if you just even search
Wow.
my name, like it was like, oh wow, I'm now on Google, like you Google me like Oghenetejiri, please on Google, like
Celeb kind of
so
thing.
something. So that was where it all started. My like I was like, oh, so and now I know like I think I've started accomplishing something. So I had to use part of the millions to part of the millionaire to like invest in my education, like enroll, like finding admission and every other stuff. So to cut the story short, to 2022, I met with one of these travel agents that was recommended to me by a trusted person. So discussed with him that okay, I need to go into computer science field. So yeah, he suggested Canada to me and the school. So I did all my admission process, and yeah, my parents supported me on that. So I got everything set up. So it was now the time for the whole. I had to pay, like the money was huge for the acceptance fee. I had to make the payment, and yeah. So I was still waiting for sponsorship because now this is something I have to use for proof of funds and personal ways because
Hmm.
they are talking about millions of naira, okay, for education per semester. So it was something I was like, so we're going from place to place, like applying, writing letters and every other stuff. It was something that was challenging. Not until
Hmm.
uh, August. So there's this thing that goes when wait till they go find for Sokoto Day or Sokoto. So yeah,
Yeah.
so not knowing that they had a plan for me already back in last August. So I said, oh, they're commemorating the inauguration of the Olu of Warri, that's his ascension to the throne. So I
Hmm.
was invited over to come talk about my tech challenge. How has it been so far? Like, yeah.
Hmm.
So I went for the stuff. Luckily for me, I had UNO officials there with them, that's United Nations officials, and the
Mm-mm.
the Olori of the Warri Kingdom, that's the Queen consort. She was there as well.
Yeah.
I told them my story, like how I went, like winning the tech challenge, and yeah, the
Hmm.
back and forth and everything, like, and I told them okay about the admission, the acceptance I got from Canada. So how could I need support and everything. Sitting down with my mom and my brother accompanied me there, and we waited for quite a while. So then so they were making announcements of different things, going through all the progress of the royal family in the Warri Kingdom and every stuff. Everybody was like celebrating with the news now, the progress of the Warri Kingdom. And I said, so don't
Yeah.
know. I never heard the real news right now. The Ogbonge of the Ogbonge. It's like, look what I
Hmm.
hold on
The
for the long.
baba of them all.
Okay, like so like I was never, it was unexpected. Okay, to be honest, I was never expecting this. Okay,
Hmm.
so um well, we want to say like the Olori and the Ogiami, that's the Olu of Warri and the Queen, has agreed to sponsor
Okay.
fully offer Tejiri scholarship to Canada for his education. And that was where everyone like
Wow.
like
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Shekiri women were like they were singing and dancing. Oh my God! I said, wow, like it's so long. I feel
Oh,
like
I
what
can
was I feeling like
imagine.
then? I was feeling like Don Jazzy, man. so so
Wow. What
so
an
it was
experience.
just an experience. So that was where it all started.
Hmm.
So they don't like up to now. So they don't support my education. So that's how I got to Canada. So they helped me with all the processes. Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Once again,
Thank you so
congratulations.
much.
I
Yeah.
can understand the whole fame
Yeah.
and all. Wow. We'll say well done to the Olu of Warri for that. I
Mm,
mean, you're achieving your dreams in a dream country as well.
yeah.
Wow, great, great,
Mm.
great, great. Yeah, another person I met at SLNC. So Peace was my Python instructor.
That was when I met with you. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. That was my
Yeah,
first experience when going into instructing though. Like it was a new, yeah, it was something new. Like so they needed me and I was like, okay, there's a new stuff like coding instructing. Yeah. Like
mm.
I say, okay, like I've never done this before, but yeah, who knows what might happen from them. But to be honest, that was also what built my confidence. Okay, with that
Oh,
experience.
wow.
Yeah, because
Mm.
I was also learning at the same time, teaching, like, yeah, going over things. And to be honest, like, even as I'm here, like, still in me teaching, because a lot of my folks who could see, like, oh, please, can you help me review my assignment? Please, can you put me through this particular topic in Java, or what's this in
Mm.
Python, this kind of thing, like,
But
like
are
this
they
whole,
are they visually impaired people or sighted people?
I'm the only visually impaired person in my program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they come to you for
Yeah,
help. You see,
yeah.
like
Even my professor still mentioned to me yesterday that was my web client side programming professor, like
mm, mm.
Professor Dave Slayman. He was like, Pace, I still wonder like how you code. Like I still wonder how you do this like without sites. Come on, bro. I can't wait for you to see you graduate.
Come
Like,
on. Yes, I know, right?
yeah,
Visually impaired programmers, they think they
yeah.
do
So
not
yeah.
for only
Yeah,
visually impaired people, but for the sighted people as well.
yeah,
I'm just feeling proud. Like, I mean, you're the second tech guy having here, and you're a software developer as well. You
yeah,
don't really need your site to be a software developer. Well done, Pace.
yeah. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's really a wonderful experience to be honest. Like, thank you so much.
All right. What are your final words for the viewers?
They have viewers as well. Sorry, I was thinking only listeners. Sorry, just mind me. So whatever situation or entity you tend to like find yourself or kind of interact with in life, yeah, just tend to appreciate, okay? Because you don't know how well that's like that situation. Yeah, you revert back to it and say, wow, it was because of this situation or because of this person. Like I mean, it could be good or bad. Okay, always tend to appreciate those stuff like those your encounters in life, your experience. Okay, because
Hmm.
for me, like if I didn't go to King's College, like seeing those challenges, telling me that I can't go to science and tech classes, those would have served as inspiration to me. Okay, yeah, those were
Yeah.
bad, but yeah, to me they were really inspirational to me because that was what motivated me because they were telling me you can't, and I told myself I am able to do that. Yeah.
Well said. Whatever situation or entity you interact with, be it good or bad,
Yeah.
tend to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well done, Pete, once again. Thank you for being here all the way from Canada.
Thank you for having me on your
Thank
show.
you.
I'm really grateful.
My pleasure once again.